This is a guided prayer through Psalm 22. Psalm 22 begins with the most famous cry of abandonment ever written. My God, why have you forsaken me? Jesus quoted these words from the cross, word for word, from memory, while dying. That means this prayer has been prayed before, in the darkest possible circumstances, by someone who understood what it meant to call out to God and feel nothing in return. If you are here because you know what that silence feels like, this prayer is for you, not to resolve what Psalm 22 does not resolve in its first half, but to walk through the whole arc with you, the darkness and what comes on the other side of it. Find a quiet place. Let the next 14 minutes be unhurried. We begin with the reading of the psalm. A psalm of David. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish? Oh my God, I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night, but I find no rest. Yet you are holy, enthroned on the praises of Israel. In you our fathers trusted, they trusted, and you delivered them. To you they cried and were saved. In you they trusted and were not put to shame. But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by mankind and despised by the people. All who see me mock me. They make mouths at me. They wag their heads. He trusts in the Lord. Let him deliver him. Let him rescue him, for he delights in him. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted within my breast. My strength is dried up like a potsherd. You lay me in the dust of death. They have pierced my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. They stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. But you, O Lord, do not be far off. O you my help, come quickly to my aid. For he has not despised or scorned the suffering of the afflicted one. He has not hidden his face from him, but has listened to his cry for help. All the ends of the earth shall remember and turn to the Lord, and all the families of the nations shall worship before you. We pray now with the opening cry of this psalm. My God, we bring before you the moments when those words felt like the only honest thing left to say, when the distance between us and you felt absolute, when calling your name felt like speaking into a room where no one was listening. We bring before you the prayers that went unanswered, the ones carried through months of silence, the ones prayed in the middle of the night when the darkness felt final, the ones that began with faith and ended with nothing but the sound of our own voice. We do not ask you to explain the silence. We know that Psalm 88 exists, the prayer that received no answer, and that it lives in the same canon as this one. We know that both are true, that some silences do not break, that some cries are held in the darkness without resolution. But we bring you this psalm, the one that eventually turned, the one that moved from Azab, from the feeling of being abandoned to the declaration that you had not hidden your face after all. For every prayer that is still waiting for that turn, receive it now, hold it, let it be heard even if it is not yet answered. We pray with the one who prayed before us, and we wait. We pray now with the second wound in this psalm. He trusts in God. Let God deliver him now. We bring before you the voices that have used our suffering as evidence against our faith. The people who watched our darkness and said, if God loved you, this would not be happening. The colleagues, the family members, the well-meaning believers who offered theology when we needed presence. We bring before you the loneliness of suffering publicly, of being seen in pain, and having that pain interpreted, explained, reframed by others who were not inside it. The writer of this psalm knew that particular weight. Surrounded by people who turned his suffering into spectacle, who divided his garments, who watched and did not intervene, the isolation of being completely visible and completely alone at the same time. We bring before you the moments when faith felt like a liability, when trusting you seemed to invite more scrutiny, more theological explanation, more distance from the people around us. Receive the exhaustion of having to defend our belief in the middle of our suffering, the weariness of explaining ourselves to people who have not been where we have been, and be the presence that did not require explanation. The God who sat in the darkness with us, without needing us to perform faith we did not feel. We pray now with the turn that this psalm makes. But you, O Lord, do not be far off. We do not know when the turn will come. We do not know if this is the season where the silence breaks, or the season where it continues. We have prayed Psalm 88, and we know that sometimes the silence is the answer, or the absence of one. We do not manufacture hope that the text does not earn. But we hold open the possibility that this psalm names, that on the other side of Azab, on the other side of the complete experience of abandonment, there is a declaration waiting that he has not hidden his face, that the cry was heard even when it felt unheard. We pray for the turn, not as a demand, not as a certainty, as a door left open in the dark. For those still in the first half of this psalm, in the bones out of joint, in the strength dried up, in the mocking crowd, we pray that the second half exists, that it is real, that the arc of this psalm is not a lie told to suffering people, but a testimony given by someone who lived through both halves. He has not despised or scorned the suffering of the afflicted one. May that be true for us too, in this season, on the other side of this darkness. Psalm 22 ends with these words: All the ends of the earth shall remember and turn to the Lord. and all the families of the nations shall worship before you. A man in complete physical collapse, bones out of joint, strength dried up, hands and feet pierced, ends his prayer with the whole earth turning toward God. We do not know if we are at the beginning of this psalm or near its end. We do not know if the turn has come or is still approaching. We do not know if we are in a Psalm 88 season or a Psalm 22 season. We know only that both psalms are in the Canon, that both were considered worthy of preservation, that both prayers belong. My God, you have not hidden your face. May that declaration become ours, in time, at the pace of honest faith. Forgotten Canon, the texts they didn't teach you.